Okay, everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino, and yes, it is still Friday, May 21st, 2021, and this is my post-market report, the last one for the week. Crazy week, but it's always crazy. What would you expect in an environment like this where everything is upside down, backwards, and sideways? Nothing makes sense at all. I don't care what you want to look at. Nothing makes sense anymore with regard to this market. There's nothing here that is real. All of it is just twisted by design. We all understand that. I have a bunch of stuff to talk about. Lovely things on my nice yellow notepad. Let's start off with the markets here. A mixed market towards the end of the day. The Dow finished up like 100 and something points. It was up over 300, the Dow. Earlier in the day, the NASDAQ suffered a slight loss. S&P 500 flat. But did you see crude? Crude oil was bid up 3% despite the ceasefire for now in the Middle East between Israel and Hamas. We'll see how long that lasts. Until the next phone call, until they got to prop up crude again. But no, it did very well today. 10-year yield stable. The dollar or the Dixie index still below 90. We have to talk about that. We got some more amazing, or should I say, vomitous economic news today. So that's really the story with the market here. Again, if you want to look at any one asset class or particular space and point your finger at it and say, well, that one's fake and that one's real and that, well, there's something wrong with you. There's not a single space out here that makes sense anymore. The stock market, stocks, you own real estate, that makes sense to you? That we're not in a hyper bubble? We're in a super hyper bubble with regard to housing, with regard to the stock market. We're in inverse bubbles with regard to certain other assets like physical gold, physical silver. So you tell me, you think you're so smart? You want to point your finger at cryptocurrency and say, oh, that's the bad boy on the block? How about no? Okay, if you really? I just have to laugh again. You cryptocurrency experts have been wrong 100% of the time. 100%. You've not been right once in all these years. So I'm still waiting. But maybe today had an epiphany. You're correct today that this is the end for cryptos. We're going to talk more about that too. Let's start off with some of the economic data that we got today. And some of this here, people, is so obvious. But I'm just going to explain this to you because this is what, they're pushing. Raw materials prices are surging beyond anyone's wildest imaginations. But this process is going to get worse. Again, it goes back to the dollar index. The dollar is losing purchasing power. It is melting before your eyes. Okay, now, how about this one with regard to economic data? Existing home sales crater to a 10-month low as housing prices skyrocket. Imagine how surprised I am. No, you can't possibly imagine. Now, this is a little spooky to me. Okay, this is a story that was floated out on CNBC. And, they always do that. They float out these little warnings, all right? And this is also something that shouldn't come as a surprise to you. Really, I explained to you we are going to see issues with regard to supply chains. Now they're talking about food, though. Food supply chain disruptions. That's going to scare the living hell out of a lot of people. All right. And going back to economic data here real quick. People never cease to amaze me. They really don't. Well, some people here, or a lot of people are, again, they're already buried in debt beyond their eyeballs, and they're borrowing just to survive. Meanwhile, here in America, mortgage debt is skyrocketing at its fastest pace ever in history, or even more so than the last bubble, housing bubble. I don't understand it. This is the way people are these days. They just borrow and borrow and borrow some more, and they think it's all good. I just don't understand people at all anymore. So let's talk about, again, I want to go back to cryptocurrencies here today real quick. So cryptos fell under pressure again today. I want to talk about gold and silver too in a minute. Just give me a moment with regard to this. So we understand that China today restated its crackdown on cryptocurrencies. Let me see, rocket scientists out here. Do you believe that that's the end for crypto traders in China? Or do you believe it's possible, maybe just a little bit, that they're going to go outside of China or other markets to own and trade cryptocurrencies? Do you think that's even possible? How about, yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen here. We've seen this before. Go back on history, look here in the United States, whenever they've tried to prohibit people from doing something, it just creates more demand, even in black markets. Okay, I've explained this to you before. So again, for you crypto naysayers that have been wrong 100% of the time, and you're going to be wrong again, what say you? You think this is it? You think because China is cracking down on cryptocurrencies that's it? It's going to end it all? I'm sorry I'm laughing in your face, but I just can't help myself from time to time. Absolutely not. Now, I know there are some of you here who still believe I'm wrong. And look, I never said I was right with regard to this. I just have said with regard to regulation here in the United States, I don't think it's going to happen. Now, let me ask you, again, you rocket scientists out here. So communist China decides to regulate cryptocurrency. How would the optics look if, free America, free market America were to regulate cryptocurrencies after China, after communist China? How would those optics look? You think they would look very good? How about no? This is, again, another reason why I do not believe they're really going to regulate cryptocurrencies. They might, of course, say, what, we're going to report cryptocurrency transactions above X, 10,000, whatever it might be, to the IRS. But that's not regulation, okay? That's just the way it is here. So again, do you believe, you crypto rocket scientists out here, that because China's regulating it, that the United States is going to follow communist China? Then I guess America now, communist America, we're going to follow suit? Those optics don't look too good. And also you believe that those traders in China, well, that's it, they're done. They're not going to find another way to buy it. People are pretty ingenious. You understand? And in my view, again, and I will be proven right here. I don't know when that will be, but I will, yet again, because I haven't been wrong ever with regard to cryptos. And you've been wrong 100% of the time. This is going to prove to being a buying opportunity for cryptocurrencies. Now, going back to gold and silver real quick. Today, both fell under some pressure, despite the dollar being under 90 or the Dixie. But again, I don't want you to lose sight, because people have very short attention spans. And I've said this over the past couple of days. Gold, the last month, has put on 6%. Silver, 8%. The trend for gold and silver, well, first of all, the price action of gold and silver has no bearing on reality. It's part of the twisted shit show, okay? Artificial suppression of these prices by JP Morgan, everyone knows who's doing it, is a gift to all of us. Again, Dow gold ratio, silver gold ratio, look these things up. These are on sale, and you should be buying every single dip. In fact, I'm going to fall back on what I've been saying for a very long time. All the dips, whether it's in the stock market, whether it's in cryptocurrencies, whether it's in precious metals, should be bought. You got to dump the dollar. Dump it. You understand? You got to get out of it. You should be allocating capital into other assets. It's really very simple. Obviously, do your own research with all these things. Don't just take my word for a damn thing, okay? And I no matter what I say, There are going to be the crypto experts that have been wrong 100% of the time. They're going to, of course, go against this video. And, of course, I'm going to laugh. I am going to laugh like I always do. I've been laughing at crypto naysayers for years. And thank you. Thank you all for your entertainment. Because all you've been is entertainment. You've been wrong 100% of the time. Oh, Bitcoin 3,000, it's in a bubble. It's going to zero. 5,000 going to zero. 10,000 going to zero. Over and over again. I'm still waiting for it to go to zero. Yeah, and I'm going to laugh too. Anyway, anyway, like I said here, what do you think with regard to the optics of this? Communist China regulating crypto. You think we're going to follow suit here anytime soon? How about Greg Mannarino doesn't think so? It would take a lot for that to happen, especially because we have major banks, hedge funds, the richest people in this nation invested in this. You think that doesn't weigh on the regulatory bodies out here who keep turning their heads, turning a blind eye to like super banks like JP Morgan when they know for a fact, the regulators know that JP Morgan is rigging the price of precious metals? Really? Okay. Anyway, look, I want you to consider everything I said in this video, the optics of it, the existing home sales cratering, raw materials skyrocketing, inflation, food supply chain shortages, mortgage debt. I mean, does this sound great to you? Sounds fantastic and tremendous? All right, look, I'm going to leave you off with one thing, or a couple of things. Number one, the July 4th party here in Las Vegas is going to happen, okay? It's free. Tell me where you are going to find a free party in Las Vegas. How about nowhere? Okay, but myself and the Barrel Buddies are going to throw a party for you. So again, plan your trip out here. We're going to have a venue change. Instead of having it at a private residence, we got too many people. I got hundreds and hundreds of people who responded already, so we had to get a larger venue. I will keep you all on top of that. So anyway, make your plans. Come out here to Las Vegas, July 4th. I'll be there with the Barrel Buddies. We're going to have a blast, and I mean a blast. Now, with that said, people, it's Friday. Let's put this all behind us, okay? Even you cryptocurrency brainiacs out here, have been wrong 100% of the time. 100%. That's quite a record. Anyway, yeah. Love each other. Care about each other. Be charitable. I will see all of you on Sunday for my markets. Look ahead. You're going to see the Crypto Kid tomorrow. And he's got something good for you. I know he does because I was talking to him earlier. All right, I'm out here. Love you a lot. Share the video, please.